So I grew up being Jewish because both my parents are Jewish and both of their parents are Jewish. But currently I identify myself as agnostic, which is believing of a higher power, but don't believe that that higher power will ever be found out about, or that we'll ever have the technology to find out about that higher power unknown. So for the first question, it is how would I describe being Jewish? And I would just say growing up it was a little difficult going to religious school because learning a different language that didn't even involve English letters made learning really difficult. Also, there was definitely a lot of stereotypes that went around just because, the school I went to, I wasn't the only Jewish kid, but people would still make stereotypes like drop some coins or something like that, or say I would be cheap or greedy or have a small business, just like kind of some common stereotypes of Jewish people, which didn't really bother me too much, but it's whatever. For the second question, what are some beliefs of Jewish people? I don't know all of them specifically, but I know the Jewish people don't believe that Jesus is a savior and they're still waiting for a savior. They feel that he would have been there in some way to help during the Holocaust, I believe. I'm not sure if that's true. I know they believe in kind of reaching like a high spiritual place, like kind of on the same level as God, but not making them feel like they won't reach that place if they sin, because Jews don't really have so-called things that are sins, but they do believe things that Jewish people should not do, which I'll later get to. For the third question, is there a God? Jewish people do believe there's God, the same God as Christianity, I believe, but we just don't believe that Jesus was a savior. I'm pretty sure we believe like he was a real figure, he was a real person, but we don't believe he is a savior of the religion. For the fourth question, some significant holidays. Well, there's high holy holidays of Judaism, and that's Rosh Hashanah, which is the New Year, and Yom Kippur, and I'm not sure exactly what the meaning of that is. We have Hanukkah, which is obviously where there's 8 days of presents, and that was in relation to when there was a group of Jewish people who were roaming through the desert trying to find shelter, and they only had a little bit of oil left in their little lighters that they had to see during the nighttime, and it lasted them 8 days, which they thought was a miracle because they didn't think the oil would last that long. I'm not sure if there's any other holidays right now that I can think of. For the fifth question, a place of prayer, I do go to, well, not anymore, but I went to a synagogue, or some people call it a temple. I don't think there's any real conclusion on what it should be, but yeah, I went to a synagogue for most of my life. They're not as prevalent as churches, because obviously there's just less Jewish people in America, but there's usually a place around that you can go to if you would like to pray to the Jewish gods. For the sixth question, any restrictions of being Jewish? So I know like some restrictions are we're not supposed to be wearing like hats, we're not supposed to get tattoos on our body, we're not supposed to ink ourselves. I know some holidays we're not supposed to celebrate is like Halloween, obviously not Easter because that's the rebirth of Christ. But yeah, those are the only restrictions I know.